Good morning, everyone. Today we are looking at Perplexity AI. I wonder how many of you have heard of Perplexity AI before. So today we are going to be having it. So I encourage you, if this is your first time, that you should please take active part in this session and subsequent sessions. So we'll be looking at three-part course. It's a practical-oriented course. I will be looking at it from the aspect of how students can make the best use of this Perplexity AI. And by student, we mean higher institution students. You could be an undergraduate student, you could be a postgraduate student, or aspiring to go to the university. This particular course is meant for you. So the topic is practical applications of Perplexity AI for higher institution students. And the first part is going to be dealing more with introduction to Perplexity AI. And the objective of this particular part one is to familiarize students with Perplexity AI, its purpose, and its potential applications in academia. I know that some of you may have heard of OpenAI, ChatGPT. Many of you may have used Bing Chat. Many of you also may have been so familiar with Claude or Gemini. We're not going to go into all that. If you want to know more about that, there's so many other videos on YouTube that you can use in learning how all these ones works. But we're focused here with Perplexity AI. And as we proceed, I'll be telling you why this is a preferred platform for academia, particularly when it comes to research. So what is Perplexity AI? It's a question answering system based on artificial intelligence that provides precise, factual answers to queries. When you ask a question, Perplexity AI will proceed right into the internet by searching for sources. And from there, it will then synchronize and summarize the answers based on your question or query. It's a machine learning and natural language platform. And what it does essentially is to interpret your questions before searching. And after searching, it will now summarize what you have and give you as answer to your query or to your question. The way Perplexity handles questions is different from the way ChatGPT does. ChatGPT is assumed to have been taught all kinds of knowledge. So rather than referring you straight to sources consulted, ChatGPT will take your query and provide answers based on what is available to it. And as you know, ChatGPT 3.5 that is made available for free use is not up to date. And so when questions come on areas that does not have current information, it will just make such answers, make them up for you. And that's when it is being said that the AI platform hallucinates. But Perplexity, on the other hand, we check the net for relevant information, search those databases, and then begin to interpret your questions based on those sources consulted. I cannot overemphasize the importance of sources when you are searching the net. These are some of the key features of Perplexity AI. Number one, information retrieval. Essentially, that's what it does. It also does what we call the contextual responses. It looks at what you are asking and see within the context and try to answer your question. And finally, it does a lot of cross-referencing from multiple sources, and those sources are listed for you to see. There are a lot of use cases, particularly the use of Perplexity in education. Perplexity is so useful in researching for assignments. And let me tell you, as a student, normally you'll be given term papers, you'll be given assignments, homework. Perplexity AI is the best place for you to start. And I can assure you, when you have a good grip of this particular platform, you'll be scoring A in all your subjects. Again, you can use Perplexity to find reliable sources for academic papers. If you want to write your papers, this is one place you can go to. And finally, you can clarify complex academic concepts. You know, sometimes you're in the class and your professor will mention a particular academic term, keyword, or concept, and you're wondering what is this saying or she's saying. You can use Perplexity to drill down, learn more about that particular concept. I will show you some of the examples as we go ahead with this particular course. In order for us to fully understand this, you remember this is a practical-oriented course. So we're going to be going through these 5 tasks, which are practical-oriented. We're going to show you how to set up your account with Perplexity. We're going to explore the interface. We're going to show you simple ways you can ask questions, basic queries. We're going to show you how to compare answers when you use a library database or Google, and then you compare that with what Perplexity is giving to you. We're also going to see if you want to make use of those responses in the future, how can you save those responses? And of course, those of you who are going to be here, we expect you also to participate in the class discussion. The very first thing we would like to do now is we'd like you to pick up your phone and go to www.perplexity.ai and create an account. And the way to do that is just to click on sign up. I will encourage you to use your Google account if you have, but I assume if you're an undergrad or postgrad, you must have a Google account. So go right ahead. Right now, you can pause this video and make sure that you have this. Secondly, I also want to encourage you to download Perplexity app on your phone so that when you are somewhere, anywhere, you can continue your research. You're in the traffic, in anywhere, or you are waiting for your class, you can use Perplexity AI to explore topics, even in the class before the lecturer comes in or while the teaching is going on in the class, and you don't seem to get this. You can interact quickly with Perplexity AI, and you can be sure you'll gain more insight. So I encourage you, go to iOS Store, and then go to Google Play Store, search for Perplexity AI, and download the apps. I can assure you, you will not regret it. Look for this logo. This is the logo of Perplexity AI, and make sure that you install that particular one. The interface is very easy to use. As you can see right here, when you approach this platform, the very first thing that you will see is what I'm about to show you. Right here, you will see the interface. Just hold on, and then I will show you the interface right away. Just 1 minute. Okay. So this is the interface. Show you the interface right now. So on this interface, you will see Perplexity, where knowledge begins, and it says, ask anything, anything. Well, you know, we're dealing with what? We're dealing with academics. But let's have a good tour of this platform. The very first thing you will see right here is connect with Google. And I will encourage you right away to do that. So watch me as I do it. So I click continue with Google, pick my account, and voila, I'm in. Now, the next thing is you say ask anything. Before you ask anything, I would like you to look on this side. You see home. This is home. If you click on home, this is where you are. You click on discover. Discover will give you some kind of news from a variety of sources. And sincerely, when you explore, you might be able to see what people are looking at, robotics and the likes. And you can see right here, I can go back to home and I can see my library here. On my library, you can see here, I have the past topics that I've covered. So if you don't sign in into your account, into Perplexity, if you don't have an account with Perplexity, you will not be able to have them recorded here. And of course, you can see if you upgrade, you can have the Pro version. It's going to be faster and so on and so forth. And if you want to install on your iOS or Android platform, you can download right here. Now, this is where you put, this is the interface. You can put these are some of the things people are searching for. But as I will show you later, there's focus here. Set a focus for your sources. So if you leave this as it is, it's going to pick focus based on its reading of your query. Any question you bring, you'll go on the net, pick the best sources according to Perplexity and use this. But you can actually ask it, let me click on focus and say you want all, that means entire internet, or published academic papers only, or solve equations and find numerical answers, or generate text or chat without searching the web, or discover and watch videos, or search for discussions and opinion. So by the time we begin to talk and deal with advanced search on Perplexity, then we'll be dealing with this focus. But for now, this is where you have to stop. So let's stop this and then go back again to our presentation. Just a minute. All right, so we've set up the account and we've been able to explore the interface. And as you can see, we've even done one here. What is econometrics? We're going to be looking at this step by step. So the next thing we're looking at now is how do you put your questions, your query into Perplexity AI. We said you should ask 3 questions relating to your own field of study. So what are you studying in the university, in the Polytechnic, College of Education? Example, what is econometrics? How do you minimize your risk of accounting errors? What is automation in accounting? Some of these things are questions, plain questions, basic questions you can ask. This is related to those in accounting. If it is on architecture, if it's on agriculture, it could be on medicine, it could be on anything. You can ask your questions by just asking it as it comes. Why is this so? What is this? And that's the way you build your query. Now, you might have to do this one later to those questions, the same 3 questions. Try and compare what you have on Google or even using any of your library databases, and then compare those results with what you find on Perplexity and compare the timing, the time used in searching them. At the end, you will notice that using Perplexity is faster. Look at the example of Google. Google just gave this definition, which was taken from the IMF platform, And this particular one is part of the responses you get from the Gemini. Gemini is also an AI platform which Google has integrated into its Google search platform. But look at what you have when you use it on Perplexity AI. The very first thing you see listed are these 5 sources. And these are done fairly quickly. And then what it does, it will now read very quickly through these sources, summarize based on your query, what is econometrics, and refer you to those references above where it has picked some of these answers from. You can see 1, 2, 3 here. Then it turns theoretical economic models to useful tools for economic policy making by quantifying economic phenomena. There you can see reference 1, and that's the IMF publication. This is sweet. This is quick. Sources are very good when you are doing research. Who is behind what is being said or is being read or about to be read? Then another very important thing is Perplexity AI also save your responses automatically once you have signed up. You remember I showed you how to sign up, isn't it? So once you have signed up using your Google, for example, it will save this in your library. And sincerely, this is amazing. Amazing in the sense that once you've done it, it will continue to keep this copy for you, and you can easily come back and use it. So for instance, you are doing your thesis. The thesis that you are doing, you have different components, especially when it comes to your literature review. You can start gradually and gradually and gradually. And when you now start to write, you can begin to come back to your library. I think this is a very good use of the word library here, because library is storage, storehouse of information. So it will help you to store information for future use. For this particular class, I will encourage you on the chat for this particular video that you share your query and first 2 paragraphs of the Perplexity AI response, share so that others will see. And then for others, you can now go back to their query, pick their own query they used, and test it out whether you are going to get the same response. And this is the way you begin to learn and see whether this is useful or not. Before we wrap up this session, I will also want to emphasize to you, Perplexity AI is very powerful, and this is a quick introduction. And this quick introduction is actually to help you understand the use of Perplexity AI. We're going to stop this session right now, and we'll continue at another time.